Ladies and New Year's Evers, Andy here, author of the best Tinder guide on the internet, and reason why they cancelled all the New Year's Eve parties during COVID. This is the Kill You're in a Loser show. Let's effing go. Let's talk about New Year's, ladies and gentlemen. New year, new me, all that kind of good shit. What I want to talk about a little bit here is doing a recap of the year that you just had. This is something that my girlfriend Imi and I do every single year. We will spend New Year's Eve just together. We don't go out drinking, we just chill together, we will walk around, and we will just kind of recap on what we did over the year. And obviously, if you're a party goer, go have parties, go have fun. But I would suggest that a lot of you sit down, maybe the night before, or the next day, or something, at some point in the next couple of days, and write down a big list of everything that you achieved in 2022. Everything that you achieved. Even some of the little small things. And I would be very humble with this list, as in some things that you did that maybe don't seem massive or life-changing. Still write those things down. List out every single thing that you achieved, everything that you worked on, everything that you're happy with, everything that you're grateful for. What you're trying to do is build some momentum going into the next year. You're trying to show yourself this year wasn't half bad, even if you think it was. This is why I say humble yourself down to the point where you can say, well, look, I didn't do a whole lot, but hey, at least I went to my job every single day and I didn't get fucking fired. That's a big success. I made my bed most days. That's a big success. I stuck to my calories and I didn't get massively fat, and that's a success. Like even if your year was literally, quote, shit, write down as many things as you possibly can that were victories. Because even if you think the year was shit, it could have been a lot better. And for most of you doing this exercise, the year wasn't shit. It was amazing. Most of you are kicking absolute ass, and if you're not, that's okay. But for those of you who are kicking ass, build this big list of things that you've achieved. Again, things you're grateful for, things you're happy with, things that you've achieved, all of that kind of stuff, because we're trying to build that momentum going into the next year. So in terms of what I achieved, I have a big whiteboard down next to me, so I'm going to be looking down for a lot of this video. And last year, Imi and I went through everything that we've achieved. I think we'll still do that. We'll probably do it in a much more concise version than what we did last year. Last year, it was like a 7-hour video, 7-part video. But I'll do a quick recap right now. So one of the first goals that I had for this year that I wanted to achieve was $2,000 US a month in what we called easy income. So stuff that was like either passive or took almost no effort from me. So I count a lot of my group coaching clients as that. That really, it's not that it's easy, but it is kind of easy. It's like I'm already going into the Facebook group and the coaching group and answering everybody's questions every day anyway. I'm already sitting down on the group coaching calls and talking to everyone anyway. And so that feels very easy to me. It feels like it's already part of my life. Whereas a one-on-one coaching client, that's a whole new thing. I schedule that person in my calendar. I'm thinking about them constantly. We do the coaching calls. It's like additional work. Do you get what I mean? So we wanted $2,000 a month easy income. At the start, when we set this goal, I thought that was absolutely impossible. I thought there's no freaking way we could ever freaking do that. It happened really early too. It happened like halfway through the year. Another goal I had was a better body, and I might do a separate video on this. I probably want to finish my current cut, and then I'll do a video on like some body transformation shit, but that's going pretty good. We had a goal that I wanted to build a tribe, so I put some effort into that, and I made some friends, and I went on Meetup and Bumble. Bumble has a friendship section, so I went on there, I found some friends. I wanted to do much more content about relationships. This was something I was really terrified to do. I hadn't done any content on relationships. I think I'd done maybe like 2 podcasts. And over the last year, it was really fucking terrifying at first because I felt like, do I have the right to talk about this? Have I gone far enough? Like, what would I even say? But I sat down with Imi. We did like 15 videos, like in a row, basically, that were just all about relationships. And they were some of my best content. I think they were genuinely some of my best content. So that felt like a huge win. A big one that we had was aiming for $50,000 US in 1 month. Like we wanted to, in a 30-day period, earn 50 grand. And we thought that was going to be utterly impossible. I thought that might take 10 years, but I put it on the list anyway. And this is why I tell you guys and you girls to dream big with your goals. Do stuff that scares you, stuff you think is fucking impossible. I talk about this all the time. $50,000 a month, we hit it. We hit it in like October, I think. Maybe, but no, it was way before that, wasn't it? God, I'm drunk. I can't even remember when we hit it. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I did a video on it. So there's a video on my channel called $50,000 a month, and we sat down and we talked about it, and I was very grateful, expressed a lot of gratitude to all the people that signed up. So that was a big goal that I honestly didn't think we were going to hit. I didn't think we would hit that for years. I thought that might take 5 or 10 years. I thought there's a world in which I will never earn $50,000 in 1 month. Like that just, even when I say that number is just like such an insane fucking number. I know for a lot of you, that's like, bro, that's more money than I earn in a year. I hope that shows you what's possible, right? If a retard like me can do it, you can too. We put on the list amazing sex life, and then I broke down what that would look like. One of the biggest things that we wanted was to move in more of a direction where we were dating girls rather than just having sex. And we've been moving in that direction for the last couple of years, but definitely like going on a first date and not having sex on the first date. That was something that we, Amy and I sat down and we said, I think we both want this thing. I think we want to not have sex on the first date anymore, get to know a person, make sure we really like them, make sure they like us, make sure we're all kind of going into this thing with like clear heads. We're not just horny, and screen for girls that will see us, on some sort of ongoing basis. It doesn't have to be for years and years and years, though that would be great, but no more like, let's have sex for a month or 2 or 3 months and then just ditch each other, like moving away from that. So it definitely feels like we did that. I also did a couple of photo shoots. Emmy and I did a couple of photo shoots with women, and that was a lot of fun. We had a couple of girls on the podcast. We even had a couple of OnlyFans girls on the podcast. I had to take that one down. I've mentioned this before. I had to take that one down because one of them said, hey, I'm getting out of OnlyFans. Would you mind taking it down? So, of course. But yeah, it feels like we definitely achieved that one. Another one we had on there was 50,000 Australian dollars. So that would be about 30,000 US dollars in savings. We definitely hit that. And then we accrued a big fucking tax debt. So that all went. But I'm still glad that we hit that goal. And sometimes with some of these goals, you'll hit the goal and then it seems like you're making backwards progress. And it's like, that's okay. Like life is messy, goals are messy, whatever. And the final thing I had on there was new adventures. And so we had broken that down into a bunch of little ones. Like we wanted to go and get some massages. We wanted to go traveling to a bunch of different destinations that we wanted to go to. We had a whole list of like exciting things that we wanted to do that we'd always kind of wanted to do. We went jet skiing. Yeah, we did some cool stuff like that. And ticking each one of those off was like a really nice reminder to myself of something that I tell all you guys and girls all the time, which is this process is supposed to be fun. Life is supposed to be fun. Self-improvement is supposed to be fun. And I think sometimes we get very caught up in, I have to go to the gym, I have to make money, I have to do this, I have to get laid, I have to have a social circle, I have to do all this, I have to reach fucking enlightenment and be happy and stoic and all of these goals that we add to the list. And we forget like, having fun is also a goal. And for a lot of my guys, that's kind of the cheat code that I give them when they say, I'm really struggling to let go and just have one day off a week or have a bit of fun. I say, make it a goal. Your goal is to be as relaxed as you possibly can. Your goal is to have as much fun as you can. It's literally productive time because it's giving you the energy and the focus to then go and crush your goals for the rest of the week. So think of it as productive. And when you make that mental switch in your head and say, oh shit, relaxation time is actually productive, it's much easier to relax. So that's everything I had on my list. Emmy has a bunch of stuff on her list. And like I said, I think she and I will do a separate video in the next couple of weeks probably, talking about some other stuff that we achieved and going more into detail. But yeah, it feels like a pretty good year. I also gave up some extra things. I did some extra things that weren't on that list, and we'll probably talk about this in the video again that I do with Emmy. But I went another year without alcohol, so that's 2 years at this point. It'll be 2 years in a couple of days, so it's almost 2 years. I went 9 months without porn, so still working on that one. I would like to be at a point where I basically don't look at porn, or I look at it like so rarely, like once a month or something, that it's, but I went like a long period of time. I don't know if it was 9 months, 7 months, something like that. It was quite a decent amount of time. So I want to get that streak back up. Caffeine, I had significantly less caffeine. I had a couple of streaks of like a few months. So caffeine is still something that I'm clearly working on. What else? I gave up video games for an entire year. That was easy. That was actually pretty easy. And what else? YouTube. Yeah, I guess you can say I'm still doing this one. So at this point, I'm like 2 months without watching YouTube. Now, I have listened to music on YouTube, but I don't count that. Like, that doesn't really count to me. And people have sent me like, hey, listen to this song on YouTube, and I've clicked that. I don't count that as YouTube. But other than those, like listening to music, I haven't even let myself watch videos that people have sent me. Like, people send me videos all the fucking time. People email me, hey, dude, watch this video. I haven't even watched that shit. What I've done is I've said to Imi, would you mind just like watching 30 seconds of this and just telling me if it's decent? And how do I say this in a nice way? Almost everything that anyone ever sends you, when you're busy as a content creator, when you've built up a busy life, it's not even a content creator. When you've built up a busy life, you just don't have time for all the stuff people send you. And so you're simultaneously really grateful for it, but at the same time, you're like, I'm never going to watch this, bro. Like, so I've just started saying that to people. When people say, hey, I recommend you read this book, or I recommend you do this. Even sometimes I'll get YouTube comments from you guys saying like, hey, Andy, you should do this in your business. And I'm just like, I'm never going to do that. Bro, I don't have time. Like, but so it's you're grateful for it, but you just don't have time. So next year's goals. I would like to keep cutting, or I will keep cutting and get abs. I would like to grow the YouTube channel to 10,000 subscribers. That one terrifies me. At the moment, we're at almost 3,000 subscribers. The idea of hitting 10,000 like really terrifies me. I don't know if I can do that, but that's the point of these goals, right? You're doing dream big goals that might not be possible. I want to sit down and record 10 podcasts with women that we're dating. On that one, I am okay with us doing repeat podcasts with the same women. Like that's going to count. We've already done one. We haven't even started the year and we've already done one. So that's something I'd really like to do, which is basically just like with the women that we're dating, make it more of like and obviously some of them want to be anonymous, but make it more of like a less sexual and more like dating. So we're moving in that direction. That's been really nice. $5,000 a month in passive income. That one absolutely terrifies me. At the moment in passive income, I think I make maybe like $500. Sometimes it's a little bit more than that. A good month, like an amazing month, would be $1,000. So that one I am going to have to hustle like fucking crazy for. That's part of why I've put my coaching up to such a hugely insane fucking price, so that I can stop doing one-on-one coaching calls and just only do the group coaching calls, because that's a lot less pressure, a lot less effort, a lot less time. And then I can focus on building up passive income. I would like $30,000 a month in total income. So all of the income combined. That one scares the shit out of me as well. But given that we had a month where we earned, I think it was like $70,000, and we recently had a month of like 40,000. And now most months are not like that. But I can see the trend is going up. And so again, with some of these goals, you want goals that terrify you. This goal terrifies me. I have so many fucking thoughts in my head as I read that out. You don't deserve that much money. That's too much money. That's greedy. Why would people even pay you that much? Someone left a comment yesterday. It was like, you're just a random fucking YouTuber. Why would someone pay you? It's like, yeah, bro. Yes, I have all those thoughts too. Thank you, my man. So yeah, that one scares me. But again, the point is putting goals that scare you and then moving towards them. That Muhammad Ali quote rings very true. If your goals don't scare you, they're not big enough. Or if your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough. I would also like 3 mates, like 3 bros who live in my city. Right now, literally every single one of my friends live about an hour away. In the old city that we were from, I got all my fucking friends there. And so anytime I want to see them, it's like, all right, I'll jump on a train and go see you, or you will drive to see me, or we'll meet. We don't really meet in the middle because there's nothing really interesting in the middle. It's just like kind of spread out. And so I would like at least 3 friends in this city right now. And when I say friends, I'm someone that doesn't ever have a lot of friends. I've never been someone that's like a super social person. I prefer 2 to 3 guys that would take a bullet for me. So I would like that, but I am okay with a little bit more of a casual. Even as I said, I want 3 guys who live in my city that would take a bullet for me. And I would like to feel, I haven't fully fleshed out how I will phrase this one. I want to feel sexy in my body. I don't think that's exactly the phrasing that I want to go for, but something along the lines of I look in the mirror and I'm like, damn, I look fucking good. I don't have that yet. I've had that at moments in the past, but part of that would be the first goal, like getting down to abs, so like a low body fat, and then just continuing to go to the gym and being more consistent. That again is another big reason why I put my one-on-one coaching price up so incredibly high, because at this point in time, I have 1 day off a week, and I'm just fucking like, tired isn't the right word, but it's sitting down for a 3-hour coaching call, and I've talked about this in the past, sitting down with someone and pouring your heart and soul into helping them for 3 hours takes a lot out of you. It's fun. It's so incredibly rewarding. It's so amazing. But if you're doing that every single day and then trying to go to the gym, it's fucking exhausting. It really is fucking exhausting. It takes a lot. And that's on top of a lot of these days I'm doing 2 coaching calls, and then people are paying for the $250 coaching calls as well. And then I'm doing podcasts and stuff like that. So I'm moving more in that direction of just having more free time. I think that's going to free me up to give that back to myself a little bit, because there are lots of times that I feel like I'm giving as much as I possibly can to everyone else, but I got to bounce some of that back to me. And I encourage you guys and you girls to do that as well, a little bit of self-love. So yeah, that'll be it for me. So again, what I would encourage you guys to do, you guys and girls, is to do a recap of your year, give yourself credit for everything you did, and then come up with some goals that you'd like for the next year. And you don't have to do it per year. What I actually recommend for those of you who are just starting out with self-improvement is don't look in terms of the year. That's too far ahead. So maybe you don't even want to do the second part of this exercise. So just give yourself credit for the first year, like for the year that's just gone. But maybe don't set goals for the whole year. That might be a little bit too long-term thinking. You might not know how long some of your goals will take to happen. You might not know what deadlines to set. A year might be too long. It usually is. Most people give themselves way too long when they're at the start of their self-improvement. The number of guys that have come to me and said, all right, I would like to lose my virginity in the next 18 months. And I'm like, 18 months? What the fuck are you talking about? Dude, in the next month, we'll lose your virginity. 18 months? What the fuck? So it's like people usually give themselves an insanely long amount of time because you're just not confident yet. You're trying to play it safe, but you're playing it too safe. So I almost wouldn't do a yearly goal list unless you know what you're doing. If you're a little bit further along in your self-improvement, maybe you've achieved 2 or 3 big goals. And by a big goal, I mean a goal that takes at least 1 year to complete, if not more than that. I would call that someone who understands the concept of self-improvement and how it works and goals and timelines and deadlines. For those people, sure, set yearly goals like I do. But for the rest of you who might be in a position where you haven't achieved, like you're early in your journey, I would just set smaller time frame goals. Like, okay, what am I going to do in the next 3 months? So maybe you set some goals that last 3 months or 4 months or 5 months or a month or 2, like whatever it is. But start smaller, humble yourself a little bit. Set some of those goals, start moving towards them. I am happy. I will always answer all the comments in the YouTube. Unless you leave a dick comment. If you leave a dick comment, I probably won't answer it. But leave a comment. I will reply to most of them, all of them. Go out there, crush your goals. Obviously, I have coaching, still offering the group coaching. The one-on-one, like I said, the one-on-one coaching price has gone up. So if you want to go all in with that and absolutely kick some ass with me for 6 months, that is right there. If you would like to do the 3-month group coaching, that is still there. If you would like the $250 cheaper calls, sit down with me for half an hour, an hour. I sat down with a dude yesterday. It was absolutely fucking incredible. I might do a podcast about this. This dude was blind, 100% blind. And we sat down and man, dude is so motivated to just go out and absolutely have an amazing time with women and stuff. And it presented some incredibly fun challenges. You guys know I love problem solving. You guys know my biggest philosophy is every problem has a solution. And so, the question is how do I use Tinder if I literally can't see anyone? How do I go out and talk to women outside if I can't fucking see them? And he already had some solutions in his mind and we just brainstormed some more. But yeah, damn, I love challenges like that. I would love to work with, if anyone's fucking listening, I'd love to work with a dude in a chair, in a wheelchair. There's a dude who's commented on some of my YouTube videos actually, and he's in a chair and he's approached 50 women or something. He's just been banging them out and he's like, bro, I don't want to let being in a wheelchair fucking, and it's yeah, why would you? You're just on wheels, bro. You're just meals on wheels. You're just grinding along choo, 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 sliding up beside women and be hey, you want to sit on Papa's lap? It's it doesn't have to be a bad thing. Why would it ever have to be a bad thing? I said that to this blind dude as well. I was this is your superpower, bro. You get to have sex with the lights off. You get to be more sensual. You get to be more physical with your hands. That's your fucking superpower. You'll be better at sex than most dudes with sight because you'll put in more effort. You'll be more sensual. You're more present with her. You're really connecting with her body. You're not just looking at her tits and getting distracted by her physical appearance. You're actually right there with her, almost like a spiritual, tantric, Zen experience with her. So yeah, I'd love to work with any of you that have some cool, unique challenges. I love that fucking shit. I like working with short dudes as well. I think the shortest dude I worked with was 5'4". Dude crushed it. He didn't use his height as an excuse. But yeah, I love any challenges, you guys. Please throw challenges at me. Anyone who's like, I can't get laid because of this, or I can't start a business because I'm this, or I live in a third world country, so therefore I can't start a business, or, I blah, 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 blah. Like, please throw those excuses at me. Like, sign up for, don't just fucking tell me your excuses. I don't care. But like, hit me up for coaching. I'd love to work with you guys on that stuff. And you girls. I like working with women too. I've mentioned that. I am rambling. It's time to end this fucking podcast. I appreciate you all. Hope you have an amazing New Year's. Hope you have an amazing life. Go crush those goals.